Hello everyone and welcome to the Taiko World Cup 2024. For our final match of the weekend, we have the United States versus Taiwan, the winner of which is guaranteed a podium position. I'm DryOnX and I'm joined by Jugs for today's match. How you doing?
Hello. I am so excited. You have no idea for this matchup. Like, the US has the potential to write TWC history today. They could land their first podium. This is, I think, also the best placement that they've had in TWC history so far. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah. So top 4 is already the best placement, but they could make a top 3. Let's hope the nerves don't get to them. Taiwan, on the other hand, has been in this position before, and don't be confused by their seedings. They are very well capable of getting top 3 if they really want it, and they have the experience, and the United States definitely has the hardest opponent they could ever face to decide whether they're gonna get that badge or not. But yeah, where's your money? Like, all biases aside, obviously.
I mean, it's really hard for you to put biases aside, as a North American resident, but also as someone who's experienced the heartbreak of North America so many times that my mind is saying that it's probably going to be Taiwan, but my heart wants it to be the United States.
And I think that's a very good way to put it. I'm feeling pretty much the same about this. The United States are going to start off with a Hard Rock 2 ban. That's a very understandable ban against Taiwan. You do not want to play Hard Rock against Taiwan at all. And I think Hard Rock 2 was also banned against Taiwan yesterday. So, yeah.
The US also just banned Hard Rock 2 against South Korea as well. So
I see. And looks like Taiwan banned Fremont 1. That went past me. That's also understandable. The United States had full hidden Hard Rock on Fremont 1 with ridiculous accuracy. So, yeah, also a very, very understandable ban.
It seems that the US and Taiwan just repeating their bans from the previous match that they played. And not surprised to see Nomad 7 as the first pick from the United States. Very tech-focused team, as we saw in the last match where they went 7-6-2 on the Nomads, taking all 3 by a pretty wide margin.
And this is also the first time that we're seeing the Nomad 7 slot, I think, ever in TWC. I know it's been mentioned a couple of times already this week.
There was no Nomad 7 last year.
Yeah. But I find it just so funny. We got Cytosis on here, ridiculously talented at bringing some fresh air into the polyrhythm wacky rhythm. That's all we can really say about this one scene in here.
Extremely technical in pretty much every facet of it.
It's also such a good song. Like, it's so hard to make like polyrhythm sound good, but Cytosis does it so effortlessly.
Yeah.
And off we go. First pick, United States, Nomad 7 versus Taiwan. They're bringing their best. Aurora, Biniature Lamp, and Silver Tyrant versus Polemo, High Creeks, and Monkey D. Luffy. Let's see how this is going to go. There's a lot on the line for both teams.
For sure.
And the potential to make history for the United States if they pull through. And it's starting here on Nomad 7. Counting the 100s on this one. So far, there's a slight edge for the United States, but we are yet to see.
High Greek's got quite a few 100s on one of the monos, getting a few more. 98 act, but it's early.
Silver Tyrant remaining the only one with an SS. A miss from Aurora, though. It's going to shift things over to Taiwan. Not by a lot, though, if they keep these accuracies up.
Monkey D. Luffy and High Greeks and Aurora all finding misses, but only one miss on the side of the US, and with another miss from Monkey D. Luffy, that will put the lead over to the US. 30,000 points even. Misses from the entire side of Taiwan.
Looking good. 100,000 score lead at the halfway point. That's what you want to see if you're a US fan. Silver Tyrant actually got the first couple 100s, and just to be able to hold that type of accuracy for that long is ridiculous. Now the monos come up, there's a couple more 100s, understandable. Monkey D. Luffy finds a miss there for some weird reason.
already heading into the final third of the map. Another miss from Monkey D. Luffy. And it's seeming like a very, very solid first pick from the side of the United States.
This is such a sick performance, especially from Silver Tyrant, still sitting on 99. Can they hold on to that till the finish line is the question? If so, that's already one of the best tournament scores that we're gonna see on this
I'm
pick.
trying to remember what Silver Tyrant got last night. I think it was like 8 100s or something. I think them and Peaceful tied on 8 100s.
And if you tie against
might have been
Peaceful,
Nomad 2,
meaning
though.
something, you know?
So the entire side of the US finding misses. Score lead will shrink a little bit, but
Speeding up a little bit,
Miniland
Silver Tyrant
finds
finds it up
a lot of
100.
misses. But it's not enough, and the US will take their first point.
Jesus. Alright, that's Silver Tyrant did miss at the end, but for 4100s, and I got the stats for you yesterday. United States, Silver Tyrant specifically, got 36 100s and 7 misses, so halving the 100 count is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Absolutely ridiculous.
especially considering it's been just over 12 hours since the start of that match. And if you're curious, the last match, the match yesterday started at 11 p.m. on the East Coast.
Oh boy.
So, at the earliest for them, it was like 9 p.m.
They didn't even have time to party after that win. They just had to get into bed, make themselves breakfast, and just get up, warm up, and now be ready to play against Taiwan.
Yeah.
Taiwan is continuing with No Mod 1, Bagoon, with one of the most insane videos I've ever seen in the background.
It is definitely one of the videos of all time.
It is also one of the maps of all time. Like, this is pure unhinged chaos for 3 minutes straight.
It really is.
And I like the decision of Taiwan going for this early. No Mod 1 tends to be more of a coin flip in like high stakes matchups like this one. And you do not want to risk throwing your No Mod 1 in the second half of the match or somewhere, so you know, just get the No Mod 1 out while it's still fresh. Try to get an easy point there, but I'm pretty sure the United States is gonna make it easy here.
I believe this was one of the maps that the US had got. I don't think it was a breakpoint. I think US picked this for their like 4th or 5th map in the last match they played. You'd think I'd remember it better considering I casted it, like I said, just over 12 hours ago. But, you know.
It's alright.
We're picking up a few 100s, but it's early. That first stream is very weird because of how quiet it starts.
It also unsnapped bar lines, which, you know, if you're in the 1-4 crew, then it's fine, but it's still just setting you up for disaster. Harriana with the first miss for Taiwan. And if the US plays like they did yesterday, a miss from Aurora though, I was gonna say, if the US plays like this, then that miss from Harriana could already be the deciding factor, but no, it's been traded. And it's going over to Taiwan by the skin of their teeth. Like, 4,000 or 5,000 points is nothing.
Yeah, I believe Aurora messed up on one of the 1-6 patterns. But it's still a very small lead for Taiwan.
Big drum roll into some weird rhythms, into more SV on top of that, and then the 1-6 burst straight back into it. Mini Lab finds the miss for the US.
Another miss from Mini.
Only Silver Tyrant and Monkey D. Luffy are on there with the SCs. And more misses from Mini Lab. This is disastrous, I would say, compared to the performance from yesterday from the United States, which has been absolutely insane, might I add. Aurora finds another miss. Oh boy, not looking good. Taiwan is looking pretty solid at the halfway point here.
All very good accuracies from the side of Taiwan.
Entering the last quarter. And Taiwan is looking to secure their first point very handily. Except for the miss from Harriata at the start. The accuracies are immaculate for Taiwan. The United States can't really compete with those with high 99s. Only Silver Tyrant somehow still sitting on a 99.9. Never mind, there's 100 there. But that's pretty much it.
There is still the final stream if someone note locks it.
I always assume that they can just hit that kind of stuff, but the SV speeds up. There's the final couple notes. There you go.
Indeed.
What is that score from Silver Tyrant? That's a 4100 FC.
Oof.
What the?
And
Fire
7
truck.
from Monkey D. Luffy. Both very insane
Wow.
scores. Getting a 1.06 on a no mod pick is a little silly.
That is a little bit silly. Oh my god. Silver Tyrant got the exact same 100 count as yesterday. That's the exact same score.
Consistency.
What? But alas, you know, you can't just depend on one player. The Taiwan had the better overall team performance with incredible accuracies across the
For
board.
sure.
Wow. If this is how it's gonna go, I am gonna be out of words to say at the halfway point, and I have up to 1.5 hours to cast
Ooh.
here.
Nomad 3 being the selection. So breaking from the tech road that the US followed yesterday. Getting our speed map.
Interesting.
Which, if I might be misremembering, I don't think the US did amazingly on this, no? Yeah,
Might have done some practice on it.
okay, you know, saying they didn't do amazingly is a bit misleading. It was more so that South Korea popped off. It was only an 11,000 point difference, come down to it, with Peaceful and Silver Tyrant tying. So it's definitely not a bad selection for the US. It's just always weird to see a team pick a song that they lost to in the previous match. But hey, maybe it was an unlucky run.
And you also gotta consider that the Taiwan finished off with 2.85 million on this pick. The United States got 2.9 million, so there is a little bit of leeway.
That's true.
And 50,000 score difference is not a lot, usually, but it is a lot in a matchup like this. The United States are gonna start up with a 1 million score advantage. Never mind. There we go.
Trying to rig it. The main thing to note about this map is the 1-6 buzzes that occur pretty often. You see one right there. At 300 BPM, it can be extremely difficult to hit. Oh, Mini Lamp being the first one to break. But Monkey D. Luffy trades it back just soon after.
Mini Lamp dropped quite a bit of accuracy by comparison. So there is a slight edge for Taiwan, and I'm putting slight in the slightest terms that I can here.
Mini Lamp misses heading into the next Ki.
And now with 30,000 score, this is looking a little bit better overall for Taiwan. These accuracies are once again absolutely ridiculous. We don't speak of Silver Tyrant because of course we don't, but high 99s from Taiwan. They have been accuracy beasts all throughout this tournament.
Yeah. The accuracy is being put to insane work here. 30,000 points heading into the final quarter.
Silver Tyrant breaks his
finds a
S.
miss. But Mini Lamp finds a miss as well, and Cheese. And it's looking like we might have a break point on our hands.
50,000 score lead. G-Sal with another miss. I think this is pretty much sealed. The question is, what are the individual scores going to be like? Polemo finds a miss, but that's going to be too little too late for the United States to make a recovery. I say that! There's a big stream at the end! Monkey Luffy Polemo miss, but not enough! There was note block potential, but...
It did decrease the score by about 27,000. And 3 100s coming in from Silver Tyrant.
Wow. I've been sleeping on Silver Tyrant all this TWC. I was completely unaware just how high the skill cap is on that player. It's insane. I also saw a tweet of theirs where they went from like 44 global to 20 in a day. That speaks volumes to what the Silver Tyrant can do in a matchup like this. But yeah, that's the break point. Taiwan will extend their lead to 2-1, and they're going to continue with Hidden 2 Nebula.
Our, I believe, original songs for this round.
And you would be right in saying that. Those original by Sapphire, mapped by Alkia.
We have Yumiao coming in for Taiwan, it seems. Leading off with I Hate Hidden. Which honestly, I kind of feel that. I've always been more on the hard rock side personally.
It's always a question of whether you like when note go fast or you like it when note go memory.
Go away.
No, go away. Fair enough. This is one of the picks that Taiwan lost to Brazil in their match yesterday, where Hiroke found an FC with 11 100s compared to Hariyata also finding a FC with 28 100s. So Taiwan definitely has what it takes to compete with the best of the best. That was a ridiculous performance from Brazil.
Yeah. This song gave us a little bit of a heart attack in the last match with the US, as Cheese found a miss at the very end of the map and almost made the score lead switch over. This song finished at 2,500 points difference because some South Korean players got just a few more 100s than Cheese did. And it's not the first time that I've seen Cheese in particular do that. It's stressful to be a US fan when it comes to stuff like that, but here we are. Here's to hoping that doesn't happen. But here's Nebula.
Enjoy the song, enjoy the OS original. Everyone is keeping quiet to enjoy the intro. And off we go.
Some early misses coming out from the side of the US. This intro is very, very weird to just go right into. So much tech, just instantly. Now we're getting to a bit more standard patterns, and Yumiao and Polemo are finding misses. So far the US is in a sizable lead.
30,000, reaching 40,000 with a couple more 100s from Taiwan. Looking pretty good so far. Getting into more manageable territory for the United States as well. And it would be kind of funny, because I did say that Taiwan lost this pick against Brazil. Whether we're going to have a back and forth on the picks that each respective team lost against their opponents yesterday.
Another miss from Yumiao.
95%. This is very atypical of Taiwan.
She salad finds from this. And Harriata misses, so I believe there are no FCs remaining. Because I think, yeah, there's no FC, because both Mini and RJ missed at the very beginning. And Minilab finding a few misses now. Score lead does shrink, but still 50,000 points or so in favor of the US.
There is still a decent accuracy advantage for the United States here. Yomiao misses, Harriata misses, and now it's swinging back over to the United States. This score bar is a roller coaster all by itself. And now, as we're speeding up with the SV, Polemo finds another miss, tanks quite a bit of accuracy. Miniature Lab trades, but with 100,000 score lead for the United States, this is looking super solid for them to take back.
RJ finds a miss, was holding combo very strong for a while.
Wow. Solid stuff from the United States.
Yeah, and it seems that there will be no random 100 leads switching here at the end. As the US takes a breakpoint back from Taiwan with almost 90,000 points in the lead.
Wow. Just based off of accuracy alone, RJ 21-100s, G-Cell 47-100s. Yeah. The United States bested Taiwan at one of their best skills, which is like raw accuracy, but this with hidden is just absolutely ridiculous. Don't blame Taiwan for performing the way they did. These are just still really solid scores, but look at the miscounts, look at the 100 counts, and the United States takes this very handily into their own hands. We're down to a best of 9.
It's been a very, very close match in pretty much everything so far. The only real, like, shutout was Nomad 7.
And now United States up with their third pick. Are they going to go into tech again? Maybe a Nomad 2?
Or Nomad 6, perhaps.
I'm also very curious to see what's going to happen with Fremont 2, because just based off of team performances, Taiwan had a very slight lead, but mostly because they went with 3 mods and the United States went with 5 mods. The United States had to overmod Fremont 2 versus South Korea yesterday to even stand a chance. But still.
Ooh.
DT2. Wow, okay.
It's not a pick I was expecting.
Not at all. Alright. DT2 was where Taiwan performed best last weekend. They got a number 1 placement in the statistics there. This is a very curious pick.
Yeah. Normally DT is not something I necessarily associate with the United States, but this is certainly a very weird song for a lot of reasons. I believe, as Raph put it in the showcase, instead of some of the other songs which have SV waves, this song has BPM waves, which can be incredibly difficult to hit with DT accuracy.
Yeah, DT is a nightmare to act on its own, and then you throw in BPM changes and you're just at the TWC finals level. We'll see. I am very curious to see if this is going to pan out in their favor. The United States are going to go with DT2. 255 BPM, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it really isn't. But
that makes one of us.
Dude, look. Everyone who's new to Taiko can play 260 easily.
Are we sure about that?
Yes, I am 100% sure about that. New players are cracked with speed.
Maybe it's just the times changing, because that's not what I remember when I started. But we do see an early lead for Taiwan.
There is a point to be made about 260 DT and 260 Nomad, of course, but yeah. We'll see how it goes. 260 should be very manageable for both teams, but as we said, the difficulty lies elsewhere. Into the first KI. Slight accuracy lead for Taiwan. based off these slightly lower accuracies from RJ and Aurora. And everyone comes out of that clean. There was a chance that someone's gonna get these weird, wacky rhythms out of the Ki, but these are super solid performances so far, both in the United States and Taiwan.
Yeah, Taiwan just having an insane accuracy lead. All three players above 99.
The United States could still smack this back if they really wanted to. They're keeping it really close, and there are some 100s coming in from Taiwan, although barely any as they're being traded back by the United States. Everyone hits that. How do they do it? I have no idea. Second Ki also in the bag for both teams. And we're speeding up. This is probably going to be the decider for who's going to take this point home.
Final quarter.
No one breaks major accuracy there. Still, everyone on top of their game. Although the United States inches just a little bit closer. Taiwan is holding on to dear life to get this breakpoint of their own.
The lead's increasing for the side of Taiwan.
It's not over yet, but the patterns are getting shorter in length. But what is that lobby performance? That's a 6-way FC. What? It's so much
11 100s from Silver Tyrant. Insane scores from everybody in the lobby, but Taiwan just having that consistency, the lowest accuracy being 99.11. So we'll get another breakpoint over to the side of Taiwan.
Look at those 100 counts from Taiwan, 24, 27, 28. This is consistency. Like you wouldn't see from any other team than Taiwan. Well, Japan, of course. But, you know Japan. They can just do it all.
Yeah. It's the interesting pick for the United States not really working out. It was admittedly a lot closer than I thought it would be. But Taiwan just looking insane on that pick.
Yeah, you can't really say it was not working out because everyone FC'd and they were probably sure they were going to win this one just based off of accuracy. But unfortunately, you're playing against Taiwan, and Taiwan is good at DT2. And we're going to continue with No 1-6.
And now, a map that I would have thought the US would pick. So, it'll be interesting to see how this one goes then.
Have they been trading their, like, picking decision diagrams? Have they been...
They just send each other the list.
Like, are these some, like...
In actuality, the first two maps are the real breakpoints.
Are these, like, some TWC mind games that I'm not understanding? Is that what just people, like, players do in the top 6?
I haven't been there, so I don't know. My only experience is with other tournaments, in which case, no, I'm not risking anything like that. I'm picking what I'm good at. I'm just gonna assume it's been Taiwan playing out of their minds on the US picks, and vice versa.
Are we gonna see a return of that, or is Taiwan, for the first time in this match, get into the lead? We'll see. No 1-6. From Song, Remnants of Tyranny. If you've ever heard of From Song, you know what this is about.
Minilamp getting a lot of 100s on those. Ooh! A double miss from the side of the US. So over 30,000 points already in the lead for Taiwan.
Only Minilamp remains with an FC for the United States, and they better hold on to that. But with a 3-way FC currently from Taiwan, there's very little the United States can do to get back at Taiwan. just have to pray and hope for misses. But with a 99.7 from Harry and 99s from High Greeks and Monkey Luffy, it's not gonna look like likely. Aurora finds a miss. More 100s coming in from the United States. Silver Tyrant with another miss. You see, Silver Tyrant is still a fallible human. Despite the alien performances we've already seen. First miss from Taiwan from Monkey D. Luffy.
But it's gonna take a lot more than one miss for the US to take this.
A lot more. Harriana, for example, with a miss. But doesn't drop accuracy at all. It's just that one miss and straight back into it. High Greeks drops a little bit below 99, but I don't really see how Taiwan's gonna throw. Monkey Luffy, High Greeks, Taiwan throws at the end.
No way.
Switching over to the United States.
And another miss from Harriana actually somehow makes us get a 100,000 point switch in the last 20 seconds.
What was that? That was a whole team wipe for Taiwan. This shouldn't
I'm so
happen.
confused.
This should not happen in TWC Finals weekend. Not when you're up against an opponent like the United States. What was that?
I literally blinked and just 80,000 points were gone.
And the United States had what it takes. They had the consistency to still pull through at the end, not miss like Taiwan did, and Mini Lab finishes off with an FC. That was looking done and dusted, but the United States takes it back. What is this matchup? We're continuing a 3-2, United States. What are you doing to me?
Well then. We are at 4 breakpoints in a row now. And moving into free mod 2. So continuing our jazz train, I guess. We're just gonna move on past that, pretend like this is the best of 7, and we're here for the first time.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the TWC Finals weekend, United States versus Taiwan. We're into the second half. Nothing has happened, everything is fine. And we're continuing with free mod 2.
We have Zoc coming in for the US. I believe this is the first time they've appeared.
Yeah, in this matchup, yeah. But I'm curious to see the mod selection from the United States. As I said, I think the United States may have been overmodding against South Korea. I think they could go with less mods against Taiwan here and still win.
Yeah, we'll see. And
no,
it's the same. But there are way less mods on the side of Taiwan compared to South Korea. There's only 2.
Oh yeah, Sefco is going without hidden. That's interesting.
So we have
without hidden, but hard rock. I mean,
there's
no,
a
that was
3 mod advantage for the side of the US.
I mean, it's looking good on paper. 180,000 score advantage for the United States. That's fine. But they still need the scores to be able to pull that off, and Taiwan is playing this very safe. Inter Ego is 3-2, 3.5 minutes. The United States is going in with a 3 mod advantage. This is ridiculous. And you can see Taiwan's plan unfolding very slowly. You have these incredibly high accuracies, the high 99s compared to not 99s by United States. Oh wait, I think Minilab has 99.6 still. That's
yes.
A bit nasty.
But it's a very, very long song. 3 minutes 22, I believe. One of the longest, if not the longest of the pool, of course outside of tiebreaker. Zoc does find a miss. But Sevgo finds a miss.
Oof. Well, the Nomad player out of all players for Taiwan. Zoc misses another time, but that will do barely anything. Harryada with just more than one miss. That was quite a couple. Top of Hard Rock. This does not look like Taiwan's pick. The United States are on track to maybe dish out one of the nastiest score differences if they pull through with these scores. Aurora is still sitting on an FC with Hidden Hard Rock.
Heading to the slow section. I say heading to the slow section as we're already almost done with it.
70,000 score advantage, and I don't want to call it too early, but that is already one mod that they have pretty much offset. Harryada finds another miss.
I mean, after the last map, I don't know if I can call anything until the score screens are being shown.
Yeah. The throw of the century might be around the corner, but I don't know. I really don't see it happening. Zoc with another miss, but these misses don't really matter too much with the scorelines that Taiwan is putting up. Sevgo and Harryada have just been missing all throughout this pick, and the United States will just have to stop playing for the Taiwan to take this back. Another miss from Harryada. This is sick, nasty, and Aurora. Hold on, that's an FC. That's the Hidden Hard Rock FC. Out 3
That's crazy to see.
Aurora, what are you doing?
A very large amount of 100s, but when you're playing 2 mods, it's pretty much just a given. And to see an FC on a finals pick is crazy.
And this is why Aurora is one of the best tournament players in this game mode.
For sure. And we finally have broken the streak of breakpoints as the United States wins their second pick. But Nomad 4 being the selection from Taiwan. We're getting our gimmick map. It's happening.
I find it very curious that all of a sudden Taiwan has gotten a little bit hesitant with the mod picks. I feel like Taiwan would rather do that, but I don't know. We're gonna go into the mod 4, into the gimmick. Don't blink. The name holds true. You blink and you miss it. There is so much going on in this pick, and I honestly see this being more of a 50-50 type pick. The United States are ridiculous when it comes to gimmicks.
Yeah, for sure. Cheese Salad in particular being a very strong gimmick player in tournaments.
And this gimmick really puts you on the tip of your toes at all times. It just starts and never stops.
And
there's
it's
so
a
much
long
stuff.
gimmick map too.
Yeah.
It's also OD8, which I've just realized. I think that's the highest base OD in the pool. Maybe Tiebreaker is also 8, but I'm not sure.
There's so much stuff in here that's gonna throw off your reading. Are we gonna get the intro again? You'll love to see it. True tournament players don't skip.
I guess I'm not a true tournament player.
Look, they're enjoying themselves. They're playing for fun as well.
Yep. This is why I'm here and not on the TWC team. Definitely not any other reason.
I remember yesterday in the match of Brazil-Taiwan that I think it was Skull Kid was just playing KKD the entire time through the intro. Are y'all still keeping track? Because I sure don't know what they're doing. Aurora with the first miss for the United States.
We're getting a lot of 100s through that section, but outside of the one miss, mostly holding alright. It is interesting to note that Combo acts very weirdly with these sliders.
Combo doesn't matter at all in this pick. It just doesn't. Accuracy is where it matters. And this is also why this is OD8.
Yeah. Bar line time.
Barlight and distraction finishers. You love to see it.
Alemo picking up a few 100s.
Taiwan's playing this really well. Haryata does find the odd 100s here and there. But the score is not shifting over to the United States in any meaningful way. Aurora also is having trouble stabilizing his accuracy. Giselle finds the odd 100 here and there. Down to 98.
Here we go into our barcode.
Oh, this part is so... This is the part where I throw up my arms and I'm like, I don't know what this game has become anymore. It is not challenging at all, pattern-wise. It's just, can you read this? That's all it is. And it's likely going to come down to the part after this, where the United States could still take this back if they wanted to. If they wanted to. Of course they want to, if they will.
Yeah, I think at this point, the onus is on Taiwan, especially with a miss from RJ. And Aurora finding a miss at the very end of the stream as well. Yeah, some very serious breaks would need to come in from Taiwan. Polemo does find a miss.
Hold your breath, it ain't over until it's over. Taiwan needs to pull through to the end, and yeah, they're gonna do it this time. We are still tied with an FC from High Creeks, from Haryata, and from Chase Salad. Chase Salad, oh, yeah, as expected, but what are these accuracies? Yeah, 36 from High Creeks, 30 from Harry, that's...
very insane scores. We're down to a best of 5 now. It's 4-4. Each team only has 2 picks remaining. At the very least, we'll be seeing every single one of the US's picks.
The script must continue, and the script also tells me that you should go on over to the O store if you haven't already to get your banners. DWC is almost over. We're finishing next week. So if you haven't already, get yourself some banners. $2.50 each. I have pretty much said everything you need to know about banners many times before. Just go get them. I don't need to explain to you why you need to get them. Just go it. Just do it. And no questions asked.
Hidden 1 being the selection from the United States. Not something I do not think we saw this in their last match.
Not against South Korea, but Taiwan has already played this against Brazil, and both teams struggled in their own regards. Polemo got the FC on that one, and that was really a big difference maker for Taiwan to come out on top as hard as they did against Brazil on this pick. But, you know, maybe United States has an ace up their sleeves on this hidden 1.
We are running out of maps to select. After this, it's Nomad 2, Nomad 5, and DT1 and Hard Rock 1?
I think you're right. Yeah, Hard Rock 1 has not been picked yet.
But here we go into Hidden 1, the second to last pick from this side of the United States.
Enjoy the droning ambiance.
Or intro.
You're not gonna see what's gonna happen on this hidden 1 as soon as it drops. All eyes on Polemo, definitely, for Taiwan. They have dished out an incredible score yesterday, and this is what the United States is up against.
OD 6.5 is fairly low for Modpick, but Minilamp being the first to miss, but Polemo trades it back just after.
And tanks quite a bit of accuracy on top of that, down to 95, and the United States has a very solid, I say solid, but slight accuracy lead. I think that's about 1% if my math is completely throwing me off.
Polemo did tank accuracy much harder than Minilamp did. And Palermo finding more misses heading into this section.
This is insane. United States saw what Taiwan did on this pick and thought, you know, we can do better. This is the mindset of champions.
And Yumea finding a miss. And suddenly the score lead is so much larger. I think Yumea found a lot of misses on it's either 1-6 or 1-8 pattern.
With 80,000 score lead for the United States at the halfway point. This is looking pretty good for their own pick. But we're not done yet. Yumea, another miss. Actually traded by RJ, I completely missed that, but G-Cell and Miniature Lab are doing their best to keep the United States up and above Taiwan, despite the 98 from High Creeks.
Miss from Cheese. And High Greeks finally drops. There isn't much left. But RJ and Minilamp both find some misses. But Yumiao and High Greeks now trade them back. This ending is insane.
There's a lot of chain miss potential in this ending for this hidden one, but the United States will survive the end of this hidden one pick. Scary as it was, I was just holding my breath. Holding my breath, really.
But it is a solid pick for the side of the US, it seems. Putting them at 5-4, with it being Taiwan's pick next. This next point will be extremely important. If the US can get a break point here, the chances of them winning before tiebreaker massively increase. But if they can't get this break point, then we could very well be on our way to a tiebreaker.
And you really don't want to play against Taiwan on the tiebreaker. Trust me, I've been there. I've been a supporter of Team Germany last year. You don't want to face Taiwan on the tiebreaker.
And Nomad 2 being the selection from Taiwan.
These picks are just so confusing to me. I was thinking maybe a Hard Rock 1. Like, maybe, at this point. Come on, do it. You are the team that prides itself in its hard rock prowess, and you could likely win this over the United States if your mental fortitude is there. But no, we're gonna get our number 2. This is key map by Ikumiya. And we're gonna get the best of the best for the United States once again in this lobby. Minilamp, Aurora, Silver Tyrant versus High Grease. Sevgo on top of that, and Harriata. This is a ridiculous lineup of players who play on an equally ridiculous map that is Nomad 2, the tech pick. The proper tech pick, might I say. We have quite a few tech picks in this pool, but this is like the tech pick.
Yeah. Nomad 2 being our tech slot. So, if you thought Nomad 6 and 7 were tech, just you wait.
Let's hope that the nerfs don't get to the United States. Or if you're Taiwan, hope that Taiwan can pull through on this very scary pick against the United States, because the United States has been doing very well on their Nomad 2s.
Yeah, Silver Tyrant getting 8 100s, as well as Peaceful. Last match. Do you see the leads switching in a little bit?
A little bit. A very, very slight bit. That's just 100 at max, maybe 2. And now it's shifting over just a little bit more. Sevgo finds the couple of 100s on top of that as we exit, re-enter into more tech goodness. Sevgo drives quite a bit of accuracy, and if this is the difference maker, then I don't know how I'm gonna handle this pick. It's looking good for the United States, but they have to keep their wits about them halfway through.
And this map just keeps getting harder. The ending is incredibly dense. So it's not over till it's over.
I'm seeing a pattern in this pool.
Indeed. Who would have thought the finals map pool has hard sections?
And they get harder the closer you get
Ooh,
towards the end.
Harriata finding a miss.
That is huge. That could already be the difference maker for the United States. They just have to keep holding onto their FCs. Silver Tyrant has the accuracy. Miniature Lab, this is like the type of skill set that he's especially excels at. And the United States could push this to match point. If all they have to do is hold on. It sounds simple, but it's so hard when the nerves are this much, you know, in demand.
Getting to the super dense section now.
Silver Tyrant Miniature Lamp. This is what you mean. It gets harder towards the end and it's shrinking towards Taiwan. Sevco misses. Sevco trades. Aurora misses. Takes quite a bit of accuracy. What is that? Taiwan!
And it's not enough for Taiwan to take. The United States gets another breakpoint.
Whew! Aurora!
Certainly making it close.
You had me on the edge of the seat there. That was too close for comfort, and the United States is on match point. They have to win one more pick.
And it's their pick next. If the US can just take home their own pick, it'll be their first time hitting a podium spot in TWC. And a Hard Rock 1 being the selection. The pool that they banned, potentially being the key to their podium position.
Oh my god. This is a bold pick. This is a very bold pick. But then again, what other options did they have? BT1? Yeah, good luck. I think Taiwan's going to struggle with this as much as the United States. And then you have the stream pick, the death stream pick. No, that's a mini tiebreaker. I think Hard Rock 1 really is their best bet. I'm more surprised that they're not even taking a break. They're not even taking a timeout. They are taking the momentum and looking to close this out in 3 minutes from now. Is the United States going to write history on this pick? Or are we going to have to wait a little bit longer to see where this is going to go? I'm so excited.
It is worth noting, the US did beat South Korea in Hard Rock 1. They ended with 3,068,000 points overall. It was both RJ and Silver FC'd. Aurora only getting 5 misses.
But you see, I've been talking a lot about what the scores are like on paper for these two teams, but my expectations have been shaken up so much already that I can see Taiwan taking this as well. It's just the added pressure of being kicked out of the tournament.
It is interesting to see that the final maps that we have the potential selection of between this DT1 and Nomad 5 are all such extreme consistency required maps that when it's this close and this close to the end, your nerves have to be crazy. To try to play Death Stream for 3 minutes. And Hard Rock 1 is not much better in that sense.
Three minutes of this with Hard Rock on top. Who's gonna maintain their accuracies the best? Because this is only 6.7 stars. This is very well within range for all of these players. It's really just like keeping your focus
RJ.
up. There's the first mid.
Aurora.
Halfway through, Taiwan 3 FCs, United States 1 FC by none other than Silver Tyrant. Taiwan is playing this so incredibly well. Monkey D. Luffy with 99.4. Harriata, no, that's a miss from Harriata, and look, not just one miss.
And Yumi
quite a couple of Yumi misses as well.
and Monkey the entire misses from the entire team of Taiwan. shrinks the score lead to essentially nothing.
Halfway through as well, this is the worst spot to miss for Taiwan. It is up to Silver Tyrant for United States as well. There's so much pressure on their shoulders. The accuracies are neck and neck.
We only have a quarter of the map left, less than a minute. RJ finds a miss, and it actually switches the lead over to Taiwan.
Taiwan to get out of this Yumi out. Monkey Luffy misses as well.
It's not looking good for Taiwan.
United States are just seconds away from pushing into grand finals. More misses from Monkey D. Luffy. If this keeps going, then nothing stops the United States from securing themselves their first TWC match. We're slowing down. More misses from Monkey D. Luffy.
RJ finds a miss.
This is over. RJ misses at the end. Find a couple of penalties. They've done it!
The first time in TWC history, the United States are reaching a podium position.
Wow! There is so much history with the United States and TWC. They have tried so often, they have failed so often. They didn't quite perform as expected when they really should. But 2024 is their year. They have done it.
Hundreds. Congratulations to the United States team. Silver Tyrant with that FC being the key to victory in that final map.
What a match. What a satisfying conclusion for the United States. Taiwan will be kicked out in the final stage. And Taiwan... GG, well played. Like, Taiwan was a contender for top 3 since the very beginning, despite their seeding. I'll lost for words. United States have broken their curse, secured their first TWC badge.
Yeah,
and I don't think they could be wishing for anything more.
It's a very interesting thing to see that going into the grand finals weekend, we have 2 Western teams and only 1 Eastern team, with it being Japan, and then on the Western side, the United States and the United Kingdom. Unfortunately for the Western fans, the US versus the UK will be the first match of next weekend. But the winner of that will be going on to face Japan in the grand finals.
That's also now... It's also now certain that we're gonna have a guaranteed Western team as a second place in TWC. That's the TWC first.
Definitely.
Like, no matter what happens, it's either United States or United Kingdom. And the UK said they're gonna finish what Germany couldn't last year. And I'm sure that now that the United States has their spot in the top 3, they want to go all the way if they really want to. And I'm sure they want to. Top 2 is smiling at them from afar, but we still have to wait for 1 more week. For now, we say GG, well played to United States.
That was a scary match to watch for both sides.
For you especially, I would say. Like, as I said, if you're unaware of the history of the United States, you understand why this is such a monumental time to be a United States supporter. I'll be honest, I had my doubts about this year's roster as well, but they managed to pull through and, yeah, get the finish that they really wanted and needed. I think at this point, this was long overdue.
And well, with that, before we can watch the matches next week, we do have to find out what our teams will be playing. And I believe Showcase will be starting in just about a half hour from now.
Grand Finals Showcase, you definitely do not want to miss it. I'm sure there are maybe some most originals waiting for you. I don't know. I can only guess. I can't tell you how many. I genuinely don't know, but there will be some. I'm pretty sure of it. Because what is TWC without some most originals in the Grand Finals pool? Just how hard are we going to go with the difficulty? I have no idea. We are yet to see Japan sweat at all. So I'm super looking forward to seeing that, and I'm hoping I'm going to be seeing all of you as you're watching this one in the chat when the Grand Finals showcase comes around in half an hour. But that's been it from us. We've been Drux and Dryodex, and yeah, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you very, very soon. Again, TWC.
See you in a half hour. Cheers.